much for joining us as we celebrate and highlight the Hispanic community. I'm Emily Leonard, and tonight we'll show you the work being done by interpreters at the Hispanic Center of West Michigan, how they're helping connect members of their community with resources they need, and the new effort to train more of them. We'll also highlight the unique way Grand Rapids Public Schools is making sure their Spanish-speaking students get the most out of their education. And we'll introduce you to the team behind West Michigan's largest Spanish language newspaper, how they've managed success in a struggling industry. We'll get to all that tonight, but we start with the barriers the Hispanic community faces when it comes to voting. The Hispanic Center of West Michigan is working to break them down, spearheading several initiatives to get more people out to the polls come November. News 8's Brittany Flowers talked to them about their efforts.
Voting is one of the most basic things that we can do to really make a difference.
Holly Rea Clarkson is passionate about making a difference in the Hispanic community.
It really just sucks to see the misinformation spread and barriers continuing to kind of stack up against these minority communities.
Instead of trying to make sense of it, she channels that frustration into her work, pushing good education and accurate information.
We just consistently see the Hispanic voice left out of the conversation, but they are usually one of the first ones to be affected by the decisions. And so we really wanted to put our voice forward.
That starts with simplifying an often complicated process. From registration to polling locations and absentee voting, education is what the center focuses on most. Clarkson says the simplest barrier to tackle in that regard is language.
Whether it's translating the ballots, we will be recruiting poll workers that are bilingual to really make a difference in the community.
In working with the Grand Rapids City Clerk, they've identified 13 precincts with a higher Hispanic population. That's where bilingual poll workers will be needed. On top of that, the center is also working to translate all the candidate information to Spanish.
It'll be shared throughout the state of Michigan. We are a partner in the Latinx Coalition here in the state of Michigan, and so our partners will be sharing that as well.
While Clarkson and her team are doing as much as they can, it is a collaborative effort that starts with a shared goal, making sure everyone knows their voice matters.
We try to really have authentic conversations with them to see kind of what has changed, what are their opinions, what are their struggles, so that we can really break down those barriers and still help them.
Brittany Flowers, News 8.
The need for Spanish-speaking interpreters in West Michigan continues to grow. News 8's Kyle Mitchell spoke with leaders behind a new program to train new translators.
The interpreters help in a variety of situations, ranging from doctor's appointments to the hiring process. The Hispanic Center of West Michigan in Grand Rapids provides a crucial service to make communicating easier with the Spanish-speaking community.
We have a roster of about 45 to 50 interpreters. 3
of the interpreters sat down with News 8 to give us insight into their roles.
There is a huge need, like medical appointments, when there is that language barrier. It's very important for the interpreter to be there, to be able to explain fully everything that is ordered by the doctor.
Griselda Perez is the program coordinator and an interpreter. The center provides training and helps contract out interpretation work, which can include helping eliminate barriers with schools and with local or state governments.
We're helping the community. We are helping break that language barrier, and that is very, very, very gratifying.
I've been doing it for 4 years, and I really like it.
Marisol Garcia helped translate at her family's doctor's appointments before getting formal training at the center and knows the need in West Michigan.
More diversity means more need. Means that we need to understand that not everybody understands only one language, and that, it's different cultures.
I've been doing it part-time for the last 6 months.
Benjamin Acevedo decided to get into the field during the pandemic.
You get to do a job, at the same time you're helping somebody that without that, you as a link, for the communication, was just, wouldn't have maybe access to the social programs or education programs.
And the center only expects the need for interpreters to grow.
We're expanding every day. There's a greater need for interpreters out there. That is one of the reasons that we decided to offer the course here at the Hispanic Center, because we see the need grow every single day.
If you're interested in becoming an interpreter, we've included a link in this story on woodtv.com. In Grand Rapids, Kyle Mitchell, News 8.
Grand Rapids Public Schools is helping its Spanish-speaking students get the most out of their education by traveling 2,000 miles to recruit teachers. News 8's Joe LaFurgey talked to some of the educators who have made West Michigan their new home.
In Charlotte Cabero Rivera's class at Grand Rapids Southwest Academy, the lessons are about science. But the application of those lessons go beyond what happens in a lab. It's about problem solving.
We have serious problems, and you are here because you need to learn how to solve those problems. We need people that solve the problems. Science is something that we need to use to help our community.
And the students from the heavily Hispanic populated neighborhoods served by Southwest Academy have formed a special bond with Cabero Rivera.
I don't know how to describe that connection. I feel like they are my kids, like my son or daughter. So yeah, it's something that you can describe. It's something special.
About 40% of the GRPS student population is Hispanic. Recruiting teachers is tough for any school district. Recruiting Spanish-speaking teachers is even more of a challenge. So a few years ago, GRPS leaders came up with a new strategy: go to where the Spanish-speaking teachers are. In 2019, the district's director of immersive learning, along with other GRPS personnel, went to Puerto Rico to recruit teachers.
We made connections and we networked with the area universities there. And so building relationships is key to recruitment.
Their ability to speak Spanish helps them connect with Spanish-speaking students, many who are learning English as a second language.
But also the culture is important. So we have teachers now that can relate not only by speaking Spanish, but they know the culture.
Not all of the recruits stay in the classroom. One of them is currently the assistant principal here at Dickinson Elementary. Did you even heard of Grand Rapids, Michigan? Just a couple years ago?
Never. I am not going to lie about that. Never.
Cindy Rivera, who taught 21 years in her native Puerto Rico, is in her first year as number 2 at Dickinson Elementary. She says the decision to move some 2,000 miles away to Grand Rapids had a lot to do with the district's commitment to Spanish-speaking students. But perhaps more important was the opportunity to inspire the next generation.
Yes, because they know, hey, I'm here. If I am here, you can. And you can be a principal, whatever you want to do it. It's up to them. They can do it.
In Grand Rapids, Joe LaFurgey, News 8.
Tonight, we're also highlighting a Spanish-language newspaper that's been making an impact for decades. News 8's Kyle Mitchell explains how the business has survived even through a challenging time for the industry.
El Vocero Hispano started in 1993. It is now the largest publication of its kind in West Michigan. It's a newspaper with a familiar name for the Spanish-speaking community.
The first edition was running in February 1993.
And El Vocero Hispano works to keep readers informed of the latest news in West Michigan and around the world.
Couple years, the paper became the media for the Hispanic community.
Andres Abreu, the founder and owner of the newspaper, moved to the U.S. from the Dominican Republic, where he worked as a television and print journalist. He says the paper has survived a shrinking industry by adapting and investing in new technology.
Since 1999, we started our website.
The paper then expanded to social media, added an app for your phone, and now has a studio that produces videos and brings in guests for live interviews.
The printing is about 5,000 weekly.
Gabriela Hill handles marketing and says she's grateful for the continued support of their readers, which keeps the newspaper circulating.
The Hispanic community, it's really big in West Michigan, and our distribution reach also Lakeshore, like part of Helen. So we know like big population.
When there's news stories that involve the Hispanic community, I feel like it's easier for us to talk to the community.
Edith Reyes, the executive director who works in many roles, including as a reporter, says the paper is able to highlight stories from other communities too.
We don't just focus with the Hispanic community, we kind of try teaching them about other communities like the African American, the LGBTQ community. So we try including a little bit of that too for them. And maybe it's something that they're not used to or they're not aware of.
For Reyes in the newspaper, the hours of work are all worth it.
I'm part of history, I kind of feel like, just because I'm helping the community stay up to date and know what's going on in the community.
In Grand Rapids, Kyle Mitchell, News 8.
Still to come, Hispanic Heritage Month is a special time for Spanish-speaking students at schools across West Michigan. We'll show you how 2 districts kicked off celebrations. Next. Welcome back to our Hispanic Heritage Month special. For districts with a large population of Spanish-speaking students, Hispanic Heritage Month is an important time to celebrate and educate. News 8's Gabrielle Pfeiffer has more on how 2 students in 2 districts in West Michigan kicked off the celebration.
It was the first time Southwest Elementary School had a big kickoff like this.
It felt nice that we had a parade, since most often in schools we don't get parades.
Student cheers and their pride were on full display for all to see.
It felt great and good because it was like you could just be like the star of the show for once, and then like everyone else could feel like that you appreciated them for who they are and that they didn't have to change anything about them.
The parade was extra special for the 6th graders.
Those are my brothers.
They carried the flags of 21 different Spanish-speaking countries.
The one thing that I enjoyed the most was waving the flags.
And I'm not really used to walking in so many people, but it was good and I was proud I could be part of it.
Staff, parents, and other students stood in awe with applause. Some dressed in cultural clothing representing their own unique traditions.
Proud that we can share each other's traditions, and we get to know about other countries too. I'm proud of where I come from.
I really liked it. It was fun because people get to express themselves.
Southwest not alone in the celebrations. We high school students invited the community to a festival on their campus to kick off Hispanic Heritage Month.
This event started last year, actually, and the students said, let's celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. And a lot of times it hasn't been super doable just because homecoming falls around the same time. And so luckily we've had some really dedicated students that have been like, all right, let's do this. And they've really taken control and made it into what it is today.
Students say that we don't share the same traditions or speak the same language, our differences should not cause division.
It doesn't matter from what country you are, what place you are. All that just matters is that be proud of other countries for what they try doing for a living.
Reporting in Grand Rapids, Gabrielle Pfeiffer, News 8.
Still ahead, we're talking to people who are making a big difference in the Hispanic community, how they're helping connect people with the resources they need. Welcome back to our Hispanic Heritage Month special. Throughout the month, we've been highlighting people who are making a big difference in their community. We talked to 2 women, one who plays a crucial role in the lives of students along the lakeshore. The other helps connect families in the Grand Rapids area with the things they need. We sat down with the Family Services Manager to discuss the different services available to the Hispanic community in West Michigan.
In here we have our Sarah housing specialist.
Alejandra Meza might be best described as a navigator.
We get a lot of people who come in searching for assistance with one thing, and through our different assessments, we identify other barriers or challenges, and then we focus on connecting them to make sure that the barriers are being addressed and there's a plan in place. They're connected to resources, community partners.
With her title as Family Support Services Manager at the Hispanic Center of Western Michigan, she has her hands in a little bit of everything.
Assistance with housing and utility bills, civil and human rights, health and wellness, so our food initiatives, COVID initiatives, mental health initiatives.
Alejandra says the Hispanic Center is able to provide such a variety of services to the community because they understand the community and the unique challenges they face.
not having that language accessibility when trying to search for different services or understanding the different systems. It's nice to have people here who can connect with them and able to provide that support.
Born and raised in Grand Rapids, she's worked at the Hispanic Center since 2013. Her background is in early childhood education. She started teaching preschool at San Juan Diego Academy just down the road from the center. It's a position that would prove to be a launching pad for her career.
From there, I started connecting more with the families, the students, parents, and kind of learning their different issues and what's going on, and kind of sometimes play the role of a navigator.
This Hispanic Heritage Month, as Grand Rapids Public School students celebrate their heritage, Alejandra's message of helping your community is on full display.
I want to tell them to continue celebrating their roots, their heritage, and be proud of where they came from.
Now we want to introduce you to a woman who is helping students and their families in Grand Haven area public schools. Susan Shaw sat down with the liaison to migrant families to talk about the important work she does.
Abby Teasley, welcome.
Thank you.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Tell me a little bit about your background. How did you get here?
So I was born in Mexico, in Saltillo, Coahuila, which is the northern part of Mexico. We came here through my dad on a work visa. He was transferred here. And then my mom always worked in agriculture. I was 9 years old at the time. I didn't speak any English. So it was a lot of unknowns for our family here.
Tell me a little bit more about what your role is.
So I am the home liaison for migrant families in the district. My main role is to make sure if there's any barriers keeping migrant students from attending to school, my job is to take those barriers away, whether it's transportation, or they lost the birth certificate, or immunizations, or making sure I take them to appointments. Whatever it is that is keeping them from attending school, my job is to make sure I take those barriers away.
Well, I know you have made a huge difference. You recently received an award from Michigan Works. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so there was a couple people that received their award in our in West Michigan, and I was one of those. And, you know, just kind of saying thank you for the things I do. But like I said, it's not just me. I couldn't do it without everyone else.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the work that you did during the pandemic. I know that was a very challenging time for many people, and especially in the school district.
It was. There's just a lot of things that we don't think about. Like, I think of my own kids, and we have access to internet, and we have parents at home who, you know, we can support them with homework. Not everyone has that. So as a district, we make sure that our students had, all of them, that had internet, that they had meals, that they had books. I physically drove every day to our migrant camps and deliver those things, whether it was food or hotspots or homework. It was a very challenging time for everyone. So I wanted to make sure that all our students were taken care of. And again, it takes a village. It's not just me. I had a lot of help and support. So,
as you look forward in this job, what are some of the things that you want to change or increase or continue to make a lasting impact with? What are the things that come to mind for you?
I just, you know, when it comes down to taking barriers, I want to make sure that our parents and students, especially specific to our migrant students and our English learners, that they are part of our community, because they are, that they get a chance to be involved in extracurricular activities, whether it's sports or a club. A big barrier is transportation. So what do we do, right? And again, just having that support from the community, that's huge.
Abby Teasley, thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for all that you do.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Still ahead, we'll show you how one program is helping families in the Hispanic community learn how to eat and shop healthier. Stay with us as we continue to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. There's a program within the Hispanic Center that helps teach families how to make healthy choices. News 8's Gabrielle Pfeiffer spoke with one Latina who says the nonprofit has changed her life.
Margarita Ortiz is motivated to adopt healthier habits.
The goal is 10,000. It's that a day.
The 60-year-old hasn't always made health a priority. After enrolling in nutritional classes at the Hispanic Center of West Michigan, she couldn't help but make a change.
This program is very good for me because I learned how eat more better.
Veronica Mascaro oversees the programs. She says health isn't really a focus in Latino countries.
They're not really taught about how we should be properly eating and anything like that. It contributes to the reason why the Latino population is at risk to developing a lot of different diseases like heart disease, diabetes.
According to the CDC, Latino adults have the second highest rate of obesity in the country. Mascaro is working to eliminate economic, social, and cultural barriers through the center's 3 health initiatives. That is, access to food, fitness, and nutrition facts.
The highlight and emphasis of the program is really just making small lifestyle changes, not huge and dramatic ones.
Participants take grocery store tours where they learn smart food choices and cost-saving strategies.
Y sí sale más barato, pero acá arriba es donde están como las opciones que están un poco más saludables.
They even get a free gym membership for 14 weeks. Ortiz, who has high cholesterol, says the nonprofit is vital to the Hispanic population of West Michigan. It's helping her become the woman she didn't know she could be.
I'm very happy because the Hispanic Center does different things. I learned too much in here. Really.
Reporting in Grand Rapids, Gabrielle Pfeiffer, News 8.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight as we highlighted people and places in the Hispanic community making a big difference. You can find all of these stories and more celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month right now at woodtv.com. Have a great night.